My name's Lauren Scott, and in my humble opinion, I think that social media is changing the ways both in which we experience the emotions of other people and how we express our emotions publicly. I think the main thing you have to think about with social media is that our emotions are a valuable resource. So it behooves the people who are designing social media networks, such as Twitter, Facebook, to make our emotions as clearly obvious and evident to others as possible. So you may have noticed that on Facebook, one of the first questions you're greeted with is, "What's on your mind?" A couple of years ago to notice sort of a comedy of errors that's brewing in our emotional landscape with social media. So in the same year, Facebook finally rolled out its 6 reaction features. So instead of just simply liking things that your friends have posted, you could add the heart or the sad face or the angry face. Mark Zuckerberg at the time said, what people want to do is express empathy. But this empathy was, again, channeled into a discrete set of emotions that weren't sort of limitless or boundless. Now, why this is a funny sort of irony is that in that same year, a robot was released onto the market by a company called Hanson Robotics, and the robot was called Pepper. And robots such as these were being trained to recognize, and I quote, 62 different facial and neck architectural features of humans. So while the robots were learning 62 different ways to recognize us and to be able to tell what emotions we were feeling, we were being allowed a range of 6 emotions on social media. I'm sure you've noticed this too, that on social media we're sort of asked to experience 2 completely different kinds of emotions, one after the other. So on your timeline you may see that your best friend's child is sort of toddling around on the carpet. You may feel the warmth and excitement of that. And then the next post could be something about 7,000 killed in earthquake. The way that the timeline and the news feeds are structured really have no emotional consistency at all. So we're often being jerked in our effective responses from one emotion to the next quite quickly. And I think this century will be about how do we cope with these quick gear changes in our emotional lives, where people's sort of internal landscapes are being altered very, very radically from one emotion to the next. Really, the name of the game in social media commerce is to make your time on the site as maximum as possible. So a lot of the way that the websites are designed are to encourage you to stay on it, to return to it. And how they do that is to create quite sort of addictive little algorithms, such as there's one where on Twitter there's a bit of a delay before how many notifications you have come up. And there's a very human basic response there where we wait to see something that's variable and changing. We get a little hit of dopamine when there's sort of a category of data that's changing that we can monitor. So there's that brief moment of excitement that we all know, even when we're just checking an email, how many new emails do I have, how many new notifications, and that little pause encourages in us that sort of sense of anticipation that is then rewarded when we see the actual number. So in this way, social media is sort of trying to tap in to very fundamental things about how our psychologies work and our emotional lives are structured.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, be sure to check out these videos next. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video.